Ladies and gentlemen, this hoof here is one of the most exciting hooves that I've put on this channel. And I hope you guys watch this video until the end to check out how interesting this hoof really gets. So as you can see right there, there is actually a fluid-filled pocket in this hoof that I just squeezed on there, and that's how I knew right off the bat that we needed to have the camera on for this animal. One thing you'll notice is that this is on the back right hoof on a lateral toe. When I say lateral, that means outside. So this is her outside toe. Now I'm going to get a little quiet and let you guys watch this abscess burst. You can see when that abscess initially ruptured, how much pressure was actually relieved from that animal. And now that you can see it drain, you can see that that was obviously all the way to the corium and disrupting it. And that's where you're seeing some of that red fluid coming from. At this point, my goal is to flush out as much of that problem as I can before I open it up. But wait until the end of this trim and you will be able to see that it actually cleans up pretty nice. Right here, I've actually inverted the color for the simple sake that it does get pretty darn nasty, and social media does not like extremely nasty. So once this hoof actually gets more cleaner and clearer to see, we'll turn it back to its original color in just a few seconds. But this is, like I said, not a common problem, but this problem has actually worked its way all the way up to where I initially felt that bubble in the heel. And from trimming and experience in trimming, I know that since I could feel it at the top, the problem goes to the top. So now it's just a matter of connecting the small hole that she has been draining out of all the way up to the top where I'm starting to work at, where I felt that bubble of pus. This is a very straightforward procedure. There is no major variables to contend with. There is no stone or metal in the hoof. Besides the pocket of fluid, there doesn't appear to be infection. So it's one of those things where she has actually just been in pain from this abscess, and it's not causing her problems besides the pain. Some hooves and some problems will actually become septic and create infection, in turn creating her diet to be off, creating her to be not as healthy as she could be. Now this animal, the only thing that's actually happened to her besides this hoof, and this is any animal, but this animal, you'll see at the end of this video, she is a little skinnier, which tells me that there was enough pain in this hoof that she wasn't willing to stand and eat and drink and walk to food and water as much as she should have been. Now, as much as this looks like it's just raw and bloody and nasty, it's actually the majority of that pussy fluid and whatever bloody fluid was involved with that lesion. And as you can see, I'm just spraying a soapy water mixture on it, and it's not just gushing. So this is not a severe issue that's affected the corium per se to where it's just not going to heal. It's just been pinching. She's been pushing on it by walking. And in turn, with that block being on there, the weight will be relieved enough to allow this to heal very, very quickly. Right here is where I'm poking with that knife a little bit where I felt that pocket. And I still know that that wound goes all the way to there. So right here, what I'm trying to do is just find a crack or a separation to get my knife in to where I'm able to start working down. Now you can see where it opened up towards the top. And if you look closely, you can actually see some of the spray come out through the hole in the bottom. There you go. You can see that pretty clearly. One thing I've worked on in my videos as of late is to not change the camera angle and jump around as much, because I believe it's actually easier to describe to you and the viewers that want to learn and understand what I'm doing, and not be jumping around saying, oh, is this the same photo? Is this the same? What's going on here? Why is this different? So now I think you're able to see more clarity and see exactly what I'm thinking while I'm trying to narrate this video for you. But once these holes have connected now, this top spot in the heel and this lesion in the sole, it will flush out very, very clean, and there's not a big, real bad wound. It just simply needs to dry up and heal and harden, which should only take two weeks to be fully hardened. As for regrowing that so it is a nice flat sole, you're looking at probably 4 to 6 weeks from that point. But as you can see, I'm actually flushing out quite a lot of just clotted past bleeding. It's not open and fresh. We are now at the end of this procedure, and you can see how nicely that cleaned out. We are placing a salicylic acid wrap on this lesion in turn to help it heal. The salicylic acid is actually a derivative from aspirin, so it actually helps with the pain a little bit. We use duct tape to keep the moisture out of this foot for just a little while, because this animal will be returning to the barn. And you can see she had a little wart on the other foot, but after all that's being removed, she's utilizing that block well. She's walking cleanly. Still has a limp. She's been limping for weeks, so she expects to limp. But I imagine within a couple days, she'll be just great.